Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Philippine Navy urges fishermen to aid in maritime monitoring after submarine drone recovery. 61 ex-NPA rebels in Eastern Visayas seek amnesty await processing. COMELEC enforces gun ban starting January 12 for election period. DOH rules out lockdowns over human metapneumovirus surge in China.
Good day everyone, special to our troops at Camp Emilio Ginaldo in Quezon City. Today is Thursday, January 9 and this is AFP Committee News, your source for the updates of the armed forces and other developments across the country. I am Rofh Suzon-Abay here to bring you today's stories.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
For the brief overview of our news, the Philippine Navy encouraged fishermen to continue monitoring coastal waters after a submarine drone was recovered off San Pascual, Masbate. Rear Admiral Roy Vincent Trinidad, the Navy spokesperson for the West Philippine Sea, highlighted the vital role of fishermen in coastal and maritime domain awareness. He stated that a scientific analysis is underway to determine the drone's origin, noting that its markings are insufficient for identification. He also emphasized the need for concrete evidence to confirm the drone's source, avoiding baseless speculation.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
At least 61 former New People's Army members in Eastern Visayas applied for the government's amnesty program, but processing is delayed due to the absence of Philippine National Police representative in the local amnesty board. Alma Gabin, the leader of the Eastern Visayas Peace Builders Federation, emphasized the program's role in helping rebels reintegrate into society. He and others await the board's activation to resolve the pending cases, a major barrier to start anew. Brigadier General Noel Vesue of the 802nd Infantry Brigade reaffirmed the support for the initiative, urging the NPA members to surrender and benefit from pardons granted under Proclamations 403-406.
Armed Forces Radio.
And now let's hear our report on the ground about security stakeholders reactivate the Regional Security Control Center for peaceful elections. Go on for the details, Spencer Ross.
Yes, Rofh, security stakeholders reactivated the Regional Joint Security Control Center at Camp Alagar, led by COMELEC Regional Election Director Attorney Renato A. Magbutay. Representative from the 4th Infantry Division, 1st Infantry Division, 10th Infantry Division, Philippine National Police, and Philippine Coast Guard attended the said activity. Brigadier General Michael Anayron Jr. of the 403rd Infantry Brigade emphasized the importance of interagency collaboration to maintain regional peace and order. Moreover, 4IDM Commander Major General Jose Maria Arcuerpo II affirmed the unit's commitment to ensure public safety and supporting peaceful elections. This is Spencer, reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Spencer.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Two former Abu Sayyaf members were shot dead by unidentified assailants in Sumisip, Basilan. Police said the victims Nadzmi Hata Arili and Radzmi Amil Nakibsina recently reintegrated into the community were ambushed while walking home in Sitio Datag, Barangay Etub. Both died on the spot from multiple gunshot wounds. Authorities have launched a manhunt to track down the perpetrators.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
5 New People's Army members surrendered to the 26th Infantry Battalion, bringing firearms and ammunition at Talacogon, Agusan del Sur. The surrenderies from North Central Mindanao Regional Committee units turned in 4 high-powered firearms including an AK-47 an M653 rifle, and one low-power firearm. Driven by fear, hunger, and longing for their families, they chose peace over armed struggle. Lieutenant Colonel Jose Redentor Gilbiela assured them of government support through equip for integration and livelihood assistance.
Armed Forces Radio.
From NOLCOM, let us hear some information from Joanne about PCGC's continued illegal Chinese presence in Philippine waters with new ship.
A new China Coast Guard ship is on its way to Philippine waters. A CCG vessel 5901, dubbed the Monster Ship for its size, departed the coastline of Zambales Wednesday. In a statement, Philippine Coast Guard, the spokesperson for the West Philippine Sea, Commodore J. Tariela, said that CCG 5901 was last located 90 nautical miles off the coastline of Zambales. However, he said that CCG 3103, which left Guangdong province on Tuesday, is heading directly to the previous location of ZZG 5901. Yesterday, Canada's Stark Vessel Detection located CCG 3103 about 60 nautical miles from Pandakit, Zambales. The spokesperson said this indicates that CCG 3103 is likely serving as a replacement vessel for the Monster Ship, thereby sustaining its illegal presence within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. In response, PCG Commandant Admiral Ronnie Hill Gavan deployed a PCG Islander aircraft to the area, confirming the new ship's presence. Additionally, BRP Cabra headed towards the location of CCG 3103 to monitor and challenge its presence. CCG 5901's 5 days illegal incursion inside the Philippines EEZ began on Saturday when it was spotted along the coastline of Capones Island in Zambales. PCG Commandant Admiral Ronnie Hill Gavan issued guidance to PCG personnel to remain unthreatened and to refrain from actions that could escalate tension. This is John Tagaok reporting from Northern Luzon Command for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Joanne from NOLCOM.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines assured the public of its capability to detect and counter cyber intrusions following reports that Chinese hackers allegedly breached the office of the president. AFP spokesperson Colonel Francel Padilla stated that the AFP is coordinating with allied nations and agencies like the Department of Information and Communications Technology to enhance cybersecurity measures. A cybersecurity expert, she described hacking attempts as daily occurrences and emphasized the need for collective vigilance across the agencies. The AFP did not confirm reports of successful breaches or data theft, but highlighted its Cyber Command's role in safeguarding military systems.
DWDD National News.
For our national news, the Commission on Elections announced that its gun ban will take effect from January 12 to June 11, 2025, coinciding with that election period. COMELEC spokesperson Attorney John Rex Lojanco reminded the public that carrying firearms outside their residence, even with permits, requires a certificate of authority from COMELEC. Violators face 1 to 6 years in prison, loss of voting rights, and a lifetime ban from public office. Nationwide COMELEC checkpoints will also be implemented to enforce the gun ban.
Armed Forces Radio.
For other updates, PMA cadets to train at foreign service academies. Go ahead, Leonor.
The Philippine Military Academy will send 6 cadets from Cadet Corps Armed Forces of the Philippines for 4-year training at foreign military academies. 3 cadets will join the Australian Defence Force Academy on January 11, 2025, and another 3 will train the Republic of Korea Military Academy starting February 3, 2025. The cadets underwent rigorous selection with final interviews held last year. PMA Superintendent Vice Admiral Cesar Bernard Valencia, Philippine Navy, met with the cadets to offer guidance before their departure. PMA continues to foster international ties with 41 cadets currently training abroad and recent graduates commissioned as officers. This is Leonor Tanap reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Leonor.
DWDD National News.
For other national news, the Commission on Elections approved the exemption of 28 programs by the Department of Social Welfare and Development from the election spending ban ahead of the May 2025 elections. Programs like the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino Program or 4Ps, Ayuda sa Kapos ang Kita Program or AKAP, and assistance to individuals in crisis situation will continue as requested by DSWD Secretary Rex Gatchalian. COMELEC Chair George Erwin Garcia warned against candidates or politicians participating in aid distribution to avoid influencing the elections. DSWD spokesperson Irene Dumlao assured the public that safeguards are in place to prevent the misuse of these programs for political purposes.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Health stated that lockdowns or border closures are unnecessary despite reports of a human metapneumovirus outbreak in northern China. DOH spokesperson Albert Domingo explained that HMPV, a seasonal virus causing respiratory infections, is not new and has been well studied since 2001. The Philippines recorded 284 cases of HMPV last year with no significant spread. HMPV spreads in colder months and has no vaccine or treatment, but its transmission in the Philippines is relatively low.
Armed Forces Radio.
And let us hear more from Meljoy of 1st CRG about Tarlac Province awards livelihood grants to People's Organization.
Yes, Rofh, a total of 2,300,000 pesos livelihood grants have been distributed to 8 people's organizations in Tarlac Province during the awarding ceremony held at IT Training Center, Tibag, Tarlac City. The livelihood grants are part of the Sustainable Livelihood Program of the Provincial Government of Tarlac and the Department of Social Welfare and Development. This initiative is part of the government's ongoing efforts to support and provide financial assistance to the people's organizations for their livelihood projects, helping them to establish sustainable businesses and improve their economic stability. This was made possible through the efforts and initiatives of the 3rd Mechanized Infantry Makatarungan Battalion under the operational control of the 702nd Infantry Brigade, 7th Infantry Division, Philippine Army in organizing and establishing these people's organizations. This was achieved through a series of consultations aimed at providing sustainable sources of income and creating a long-term job opportunities in collaboration with the provincial government of Tarlac and various government agencies of Tarlac. In her speech, Honorable Suzon-Abay, the governor of Tarlac Province, highlighted the importance of sustainable development and uplifting the lives of communities through the established people's organizations. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Colonel Ryan V. Villar, the commanding officer of the 3rd Mechanized Infantry Battalion, expressed gratitude to the provincial government of Tarlac and DSWD Region 3 for providing assistance to support their projects. This is Meljoy Nesho Arroco reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Meljoy from 1st CRG.
DWDD National News.
Moving on to another story, the Central Luzon Police Regional Office has identified 12 municipalities, mostly in Nueva Ecija, as areas of concern for the May 2025 midterm elections. PRO3 Director Brigadier General Red Maranan announced the recommendation to the Commission on Elections, citing intense political rivalries and past election-related violence in the region. To ensure security, the police dismantled 5 criminal gangs, confiscated 1,346 firearms, and are targeting the remaining member of a private armed group in Nueva Ecija. Nationwide, the gun ban and COMELEC checkpoints will begin on January 12 as part of efforts to secure the polls.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Social Welfare and Development has successfully reunited all 13 Filipina surrogate mothers and their babies with their families after providing temporary shelter. DSWD spokesperson Irene Dumlao announced that the reintegration of the final 5 mothers and 2 babies to their families in Mindanao was completed last January 6. The mothers were repatriated from Cambodia last December 29 after receiving a royal pardon for attempted cross-border human trafficking charges. Dumlao emphasized the DSWD's commitment in protecting vulnerable individuals and combating human trafficking.
Forces Radio.
Let us hear more updates from Ami about Senator Bongo secures funding for Palawan Air Base upgrade.
Yes, Rofh, Senator Christopher Bongo, Vice Chairperson of the Senate Committee on National Defense, secured funding in the 2025 national budget for new facilities at Antonio Bautista Air Base in Puerto Princesa, Palawan. The upgrades aim to strengthen defense in the West Philippine Sea and improve disaster response capabilities. The project includes operational facilities, barracks, and command centers to boost the military's readiness and presence in the region. Senator Go reaffirmed his support for the military and continued to push for the Philippine Coast Guard Modernization Bill to enhance maritime security and emergency response. This is Ami reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Ami.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Agriculture continues to monitor the effects of Canlaon volcano's activity, which has caused nearly 130 million pesos in damage to farms in western Visayas. The eruption has affected 1,431 farmers and caused production losses of 5,420 metric tons across rice, corn, high-value crops, and livestock sectors. The DA is providing assistance, including agricultural inputs, loans under the SURE program, quick response funds, and insurance claims through the Philippine Crop Insurance Corporation. Monitoring and assessment of additional damages are ongoing.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Public Works and Highways announced that rehabilitating EDSA will be a priority project under the Marcos administration in 2025. DPWH Secretary Manuel Bonoan said the project aims to improve the road's condition and enhance the riding experience for commuters, with completion targeted within the year. Additionally, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has ordered a holistic approach to flood control, including the constructing 3 dams in Sierra Madre to protect Metro Manila and upgrading 37 regional pumping stations, 15 of which are already completed.
Forces Radio.
On the other line, let us hear more from Gio about Army Chief sets command priorities for 2025.
Yes, Rofh, Philippine Army Commanding General Lieutenant General Roy M. Galido emphasized modernization and transformation during the Philippine Army-wide Command Conference. The conference reviewed the Army Chief from internal security to territorial defense, highlighted key unit achievements, and updated strategic plans under the AFP campaign plan Tatag Kapuluan. Lieutenant General Galido reiterated his Army Command thrust, urging soldiers to pray for guidance, remain reliable and mission-oriented, and prioritize unity and service to the nation. The conference set the tone for the Army's goals and initiatives for 2025. This is Gio reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Gio.
DWDD National News.
For other development story, the Philippine National Police announced that they have identified a person of interest in the fatal stabbing of national athlete and Airman First Class Mervin Guarte in Calapan City, Oriental, Mindoro. Calapan Police Chief Lieutenant Colonel Roden Folache said the POI, who grew up in the same barangay as Guarte, was not involved in a prior drinking session. Police are conducting a manhunt after the POI was found missing from his residence near the crime scene. Guarte, a SEA Games gold medalist, was stabbed while sleeping at a friend's house and died later in the hospital.
DWDD National News.
A total of 3,031 security personnel were deployed yesterday to ensure safety during Fiesta Señor and Sinulog 2025 activities in Cebu City. The contingent includes 1,028 police officers, alongside the personnel from the Bureau of Fire Protection, Philippine Navy, Philippine Air Force, Philippine Coast Guard, barangay tanods, and civilian groups. Mayor Raymond Alvin Garcia urged the teams to enforce strict security while maintaining tolerance as Sinulog returns to its traditional route and venue at the Cebu City Sports Center. Lieutenant Colonel Maria Teresa Makatangay confirmed no threats have been detected and police are fully prepared for events like the Walk with Jesus procession, expected to draw large crowds. More updates from Gina about 103rd Infantry Battalion receives 1,200 MRES from Agro Bioscience Incorporation.
Rofh, the 103rd Infantry Battalion received 1,200 meals ready to eat from Agro Bioscience Incorporated, a Pangasinan-based company to support soldiers during combat operations. The donation includes a variety of nutritious meals such as tuna rice afritada, pork caldereta, and corned beef. It aims to ensure troops stay nourished while maintaining peace and security. The 103rd IB expressed gratitude for the partnership and emphasized the positive impact on soldier morale and welfare. This is Gina reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Gina. From Solcom, let's hear from Sena about 9 CMO Battalion welcomes new commander in Legazpi City.
The 9th Civil Military Operations Battalion ushered in a new era of leadership during a change of command ceremony held at the Pro 5 Multipurpose Hall. The event highlighted the formal turnover of command from Lieutenant Colonel Genevieve Danias to Lieutenant Colonel Emerson Ian A. Borja, signaling a continued commitment to peace and development initiatives in the Bicol region. Presided over by Colonel Marces T. Gayat, Deputy Commander of the Civil Military Operations Regiment, the ceremony underscored the Kaagapay Battalion's vital role in fostering collaboration and community engagement. Lieutenant Colonel Borja, known his extensive experience in civil military operations and his service with the 8th Infantry Division, is set to build on the success achieved under Lieutenant Colonel Danias' leadership. With this transition, the Kaagapay Battalion reaffirms its dedication to its mission of promoting security, development, and partnership with communities under the steadfast leadership of Lieutenant Colonel Borja. This is Sena from Solcom reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Sena from Solcom.
DWDD National News.
The Land Transportation Office apprehended 134,147 motorists nationwide in 2024 for violating Republic Act 8750 of the Seatbelt Law. LTO Chief Vigor Mendoza II attributed the increase to the agency's intensified enforcement efforts, which collected 179.9 million pesos in penalties. LTO Calabarzon recorded the highest number of violators with 32,485, followed by Region 3 with 10,774, and Region 6 with 10,270. Of those apprehended, 124,712 have paid their fines, while others are disputing violations or yet to pay. Mendoza vowed to continue strict enforcement as part of LTO's Stop Road Crash campaign.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And that concludes today's broadcast. Thank you for tuning in, especially to our audience on AFP Radio, DWDD's Facebook page. Be sure to join and catch us again tomorrow for more stories and updates, same time and same station. Once again, this is Rofh Suzon-Abay for AFP Committee News, 1 AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. 1 AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas.